Hello, everybody. Meow's it going, people? It is Buster Missy One here, and in here I am going to talk to you guys about my reviews. Starting off my reviews of my theme park reviews. I'm going to do a review series of theme parks I've been to since the years and all that, and with awesomeness. Yeah, I'm going to make my review awesome with all music and sound effects and such. So yeah, I'm going to do my review of Alton Towers, my first time at Alton Towers in 2001 or 2000. So yeah. Anyways, you're probably gonna enjoy this. No, you probably know that you probably might know that some of the reviews are like witty and boring and tedious and yawny and but don't worry, I'm gonna make these magical so that you remember them and so that you experiences, so that you remember your experiences. Let me know in the comments if you know what your favourite ride was and what you liked and didn't like, and the lads, what rides you liked and didn't like. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to start with Alton Towers, like from 2001. Okay, so anyways, the year was 2001 and it was in May. It started in May, it went in May 2001 with my, my dad, sisters, my sister, my stepsister, and all that, and so yeah, it started off in the car. So obviously a long car journey. Obviously it starts off with a car journey. So yeah, we drove all the way up to Farley and Stoke and Staffordshire, Middle England, and we all know where Alton Towers is. It's up there, and one of the greatest magical theme parks ever since 1980s. Since the 1980s. Yes, 1980s. Okay, on arrival at the park, we arrived. Right, and you could hear the old Tower Street, the classic towers background and all that. So, I'm trying to remember my memory. My memory, bear with me, it's a little bit fuzzy, but you'll get there. So, anyways, we're in Tower Street. Okay, so the adventure begins in Tower Street. Da, da, na, 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 bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 da, 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 South Street. It's my personal South Street music. But how I remembered it was the Toyland Tour segment. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 da 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 dun 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 dun. I love the music in Alton Towers. The soundtrack. Yeah, sure you all do. Alton Towers. So, anyways, walk down towards Tower Street. In the bottom of Tower Street, it was just like as before the monorail stickers were added. And then the corkscrew was removed, so yeah, it's very picturesque if I can remember it. The old classic Tower Street, the leaping frog fountains and everything. And the Squirrel Nutty ride was there. Back then, the Squirrel Nutty ride was there. The old playground, adventure playground. So yeah, if you look on the map, look, the old classic park maps are good as well. we're good, and the Alton Towers trading and that. Okay, so to start, our first ride of the day was good. We spent a whole day there. So the first ride we spent off was what did we go on first? Okay, so the first ride we started off, off with was the Squirrel Nutty ride. It wasn't until that was just like the beginning, the beginning of the newbies, and just like the theme park newbies. It's always a good Squirrel Nutty ride's always a good ride to do for the newbies who come to Alton Towers back then in its days, before going on the big rides or the thrilling roller coasters and that, like Nemesis Oblivion, the Corkscrew, such that. So that was the first gentle ride. It's okay. I do it in there's like different variety of rides. There's gentle, thrill, and family rides. And it's just like in a normal. Just like we normally get in the theme park. So yeah, there's all sorts of variety of attractions. So the Squirrel Nutty ride was the first slow ride. Not slow ride, a kiddie ride with like a little pedal car. Like in the old pedal car. Remember the old like the pedals. I'm doing the sound effect of that. That is meant to be the motor sounds of the Squirrel Nutty, right? It's when you hear in the acorn. I've got such good memory. So yeah, we went on that. The Squirrel Nutty, right? It was good. Go across the treetops and it looked like a busy squirrel. The ride's based like on the Beatrix Potter tracks. Beatrix Potter character of Squirrel Nutkins. Because opposite the Squirrel Nutty and the Squirrel Nutty ride is the ice show, the Peter Rabbit ice show. It was the Peter Rabbit ice show. And basically the ride just circles around Storybook Land, an area called Storybook Land, and then the old McDonald's farmyard and all that. And it goes all various spots around, and you see a bit of glimpse of Alton Towers. That's what it does. It's a nice slow pedal car. It's like a little pedal car ride. So yeah, we did that as well. It's a good ride. 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 The Squirrel Nutty ride. Yeah. So after the Squirrel Nutty ride, we headed over to the next. My first roller coaster, first ever dark roller coaster. The Black Hole. The Black Hole over in Exeter. I had no idea what this ride was about or what was it gonna do, because I was a bit flinchy. It was a little bit, because as a newbie, you don't know what your senses are, and yeah, it was a little bit feisty on the ride, so my dad held me. So obviously my dad held me in the queue, or or in the car, in the ride car, which is cool. It was alright. It was not too bad actually, because just for like comfort, because Alton Towers is obviously a family park, which is good because it's a bit like sort of similar to Walt Disney World or Disneyland in the the US theme parks of Disneyland and Disney World. So anyways, it was a bit of a long queue to get there. So, anyways, we queued up for some time now for the black hole. We went round the queue, and it had them TV screens. Back then, it had those like TV screens with the monitors where you could watch the. I think you could watch like the TV in the queue within the queue, and as you wait in line. So yeah, we waited up there and waited for some time. Okay, we walked to the bottom. Okay, we finally got to the bottom of the queue, and yeah, it's where this is at the bottom of the queue's good because it's where it gets interesting and amusingly interesting because you get all the scenery. It's like where you get all the scenery and all that. Yeah, just like scenery. It's all like get to experience the sci-fi because it's based on the sci-fi of Jules Verne. The fiction of Jules Verne, the theming and that. Okay, I had no idea what it was gonna do, but the cars just like kept going around. Or the cars went round. I'm not sure if it rocketed, but my own view, from my own, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and possibly between 8 and 9. Sort of 8 or 9 years old when I went to Alton Towers, so I don't remember, but yeah. But I could tell it was going to be a fast ride because, it was quite obviously dark. Anyways, the ride vehicles, yeah, you sort of sat in like a rocket or a toboggan-shaped vehicle. It was built by Schwarzkopf because from the time I was learning theme park history and theme parks from the time of what to do and what rides to go on. And it's an interesting hobby, which I do, which the music and soundtracks and all that, that's all from my mind. That's when it all basically really comes to you. So anyway, the cars rocketed through the dark. I'm not sure if it was like a launch button, but perhaps it just like sort of dispatched and left the station. I think I have no idea what's going on. Oh no. It was like a launch. I don't know if it launched or not, but perhaps I might have visioned it differently. My own visuals, I was probably visioning it differently. Anyways, we got on the ride and I was in the front seat. Again, I was flinchy and a bit, nervous, a bit panicky, but nervous because, a little bit nervous at first and panicky, which is alright. That was okay though, because it was mostly a common thing. It was alright, yeah. It was okay, because it was mostly a common thing for a first timer or a newbie at theme parks. Theme parks, you don't know what the ride's going to do, the roller coaster was going to, what this roller coaster would do. Anyway, the ride started. The attraction began, the ride started off. I'm not sure if it launched up, but I think it just sort of slowly left the station, and then I think perhaps maybe they just slowly leave the station and really just like they normally do. Yeah, there is a POV of however, a POV of the black hole. A few POVs of the black hole on YouTube. If you just Google it. If you just Google it up on Google it and YouTube it, and then you'll know where it was, where it is now. That's cool. This was before YouTube and social media came in and the internet. Well, the internet was still around, but this was before social media and YouTube. So anyways, the rides began. I had no idea what was was going to happen, but we went up. So, but basically, the ride takes you up and spirals you up like a corkscrew-like lift hill with this space-like music that plays. It's like really good music. I mean, I do like the soundtracks. I'm listening to the soundtracks of Alton Towers, and the music, it's good. It gets you into that sensation, gets you what it feels like. So basically what the black hole does, or used to do, is you just sort of sat in the ride vehicle and you sort of just whiz around in the dark, a few turns, helixes. It's got a few turns, few helixes, and it's like those old ricocheting, it's like they're just like them old ricocheting fairground type roller coasters. Like those types of sort of, it's like one of those, and there's all flashing lights and everything. So trust me, I've been on it twice. I'm on it twice. I've been on it twice. So firstly in 2001, and then secondly in 2004, which I'll talk about that next time. In 2004, next time. Yeah, I don't know if many people are really fond of the black hole as much. Or, no, I didn't really like the black hole. If people, it's okay if you didn't really like the black hole. If you liked it, again, like what I said before, if you enjoyed the black hole, if you didn't like it, it's okay. That's what they do, really. You tickle your senses or brains or like minds. So yeah, the black hole was quite fast and quite intense. It's a little bit intense and fast because you shoot around the dark corners and it whizzes around the dark and you're in pitch black. Pitch black. Okay, so the music's good. I don't know if it's got any other music, but yeah, I'm just doing the lift music, but that's pretty much how I remember it, mostly. Yeah, but otherwise, yes. Yeah, pretty much, really, it does have other music. Funny enough, that music I'm doing or soundtrack is at Thorpe Park. It was for Detonator. It was played and shared around Detonator at Thorpe Park. And now nowadays it's come back to Alton Towers again. It's played on the Enterprise, ride, which is also next to it, which is next to the black hole. But now this was before Smiler. There's always Enterprise has always been there. It's always been there since. So the only things that have changes is just the theme park history, the lifespan, and that. So yeah. So anyways, I'll tell you where the black hole was. Well, the black hole is also the site of where the space and site of the area where the Smiler sits, which is the big black roller coaster with the loops and twists and all those theme park enthusiasts seem to like nowadays, because it's sort of popular and maybe, I don't know, is it popular or unpopular? Or you can tell. It's alright, right? What do you think of the Smiler? Is it popular or unpopular? Does it make you nauseated? Is it a little bit nauseating? Looks good to ride, but maybe it's a bit too nauseating. A little bit too nauseating. Anyways, okay, getting back to 2001. after the black hole, I saw Oblivion. I saw the other rides, like Enterprise Oblivion and Submission. Submission as well, which was new. Submission was the highlight of the parks. The parks highlight of the season because it was new. It was really new and freshly new, and for the Alton Towers theme park. Okay, so okay, rides. Okay, I'll talk about the rides I went on, and okay, I did not do Oblivion from that time, from that year, because I was a newbie, and but I did see it though. It looks like a really cool ride. It looks like a really cool ride, an interesting ride. However, it's still doing its uniqueness. It has still had its uniqueness where it just holds you. And it just drops. And it just holds you for a few seconds and it just drops. And the music of Oblivion. This ride is perfectly safe. Everything is inside of you and come to you and enjoy it. Yeah, the soundtrack's quite good. Yeah, I like that techie soundtrack. Yeah, I like the techie music soundtrack. Mechanical music for Oblivion is all techie and sort of like rave and that. It's like teenish ride. Teenish. Yeah, it's good for like the teenagers because they seem to enjoy it. Don't look down. Yeah, that sound effect. Remember? That sound effect was still presumably still in use. Nowadays we are missing some sound effects at Alton Towers, and they need to bring back some. They need to bring back some of the classic sound effects, like the "Don't Look Down" sound effect, like the menacing "Don't Look Down" whisper sound effect for Oblivion. Before plummeting into the hole, into the big pit, into the big steamy pit. Back then, yeah, it's a steamy pit. It's a steamy pit. Oh yeah, that also there's quite a few effects and knickknacks around Alton Towers, and the effects that are missing that haven't been working. The steam for Oblivion is maybe that needs to come back. I don't highly doubt it. I highly doubt it that will come back. But they need to fix the steam in the tunnel or the pit. The steam or the smoke effects that come out of the tunnels and out of the pits and in the tunnel. But yeah, Oblivion, for Oblivion. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Okay, away from X Sector. Away from X Sector, we sort of walked around, mapped our way around the park to see what else there is. Let's see what else there is. Obviously, Hex was still new, and again, freshly new. Hex again. Hex was still freshly new. I don't think we went in there. I went on that. I'm not sure. It might have been either open. I'm not sure. It might have been either open. It might have been shut or closed. It probably might have been closed on that. I can't remember. It might have been closed. So yeah, maybe. It depends what happens when you're there at the theme park. What rides are open, what rides are shut. I don't know. So anyway, walked upwards towards. I think we walked around for a bit. Let's see what was I think we were on the Sky Ride as well. The Sky Ride was also good back then. Get around the park to see what was what. Get across to Ugland or Ugland and Cridge Street. Like, oh yeah, went on Alton Towers. Okay, so my favourite rides. I'd say we went over. Yeah, I think we went over to Alton Towers next. My favourite ride. That was my favourite ride. That sounded interesting. That looked really, really interesting back then. It's like their version of It's a Small World. It's a bit like Disney's It's a Small World. The It's a Small World ride. You sit in the boat, go around, and there's flamboyant music. It's got a really flamboyant soundtrack of music to get along. Possibly the Bubble Works. If you might have been on Professor Burp's Bubble Works, then it's very familiar. Not familiar. Very similar to Chessington's Bubble Works. Because it's sort of, you're sitting in, it's again based around the factory and that attraction, as well as based in a factory as well. Yeah, because creative minds. So some good creative. Some of the attractions have some good, genius creative minds from the legendary John Wardley himself, a theme park enthusiast who created such great rides, such great family rides, such as the Runaway Mine Train, the Haunted House, and a couple of other ambitious projects and ambitious roller coaster projects like Air, Oblivion. You made Air and Oblivion and Nemesis in 1994. Yeah, so much to learn about. Anyways, presumably, yeah, I went on Thailand tours. So yeah, I went on Thailand tours, and yeah, that was good. That was good. That was a really good ride. I really enjoyed it. I really, really, really enjoyed Thailand tours a lot. It was a really good core. It was the core to, my childhood. I enjoyed the music and the ambience around it. It was fun. It was bouncy. It was catchy. It was addictive. You could ride it again and again and again, and ride it over and again. And yet funny as well. It had a little bit of humanity in it. It was funny because it had some gags in it. Dylan Doors, it was one of the timeless attractions to do. One of the timeless memories attractions to do and to be remembered. It'll always be remembered. It'll always be remembered, especially that hippo at the end. Big fat busty hippo at the end. Yeah. But the music, I'm gonna do the music for you. I'm gonna do the impression of the music for you. Jog your memory up, because the music also was played in Tower Street. Yeah, that is where. There's parts of Tower Street of that, parts of the Alton Towers attractions. So anyway, here's my impression of the music of Alton Towers. Xylophone bit. Music is good. That's the facade music. There you go. There's the facade music in the exterior. That is a big pink building, isn't it? It had a big pink building. Yeah. So the rest of the ride had seeing every synchronized tracking of as you went around, and they had their own segment music. There was even the Sonic the Hedgehog themed room. There was even a Sonic the Hedgehog themed room as well. As you went through all the different zones and areas and rooms of, of the flamboyant water ride. Anyway, so it's all cartoonish. But yeah, it was quite good because it was sort of cartoonish as well. Cartoony, like, yeah, it's quite a good soundtrack. The music's good, it's all cartoony, bubbly and bouncy, and like, so yeah, again, yeah, that was good. Alright, you get to see all sorts in there. There's like robots, the animatronics and animations are good in there. You get to see robots, bounce castles, yeah, right, like those things. Yes, and then more robots, and then teddy bears, and more teddy bears making stuff and like shipping stuff and like and ball games and those like cup of ball stuff. The snails as well, and there's some slow little snails as well. What else you could find in there? Remember, and the hippos, of course. The hippos, mostly. The hippos at the end of the party scene, the party room. That music blaring out there, the party music. The music just blares out the speakers as you come off from the ride. Okay, so after Alton Towers, we decided to have a little look-see in Ugland. Ugland. Yeah, we had a little look-see in Ugland. Okay, there's not much to do. Ugland is quite a good area because that's got the corkscrew. The corkscrew. The music in Ugland is quite good. Okay, so we did a little bit of that. I didn't do the corkscrew or any of the rides there. Didn't do the corkscrew or any rides there. Just had a little look around. But yeah, mostly yeah. We headed, I think we headed over to the Sky Ride then to go around the park a bit more to, see Forbidden Valley, the upper side of the park, the Forbidden Valley, Katanga Canyon and all that. There's a Katanga Canyon. And this was before Air was built, in Forbidden Valley, pre-Air, when Nemesis was ruling the roost. This is ruled the roost. Rain, 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 every now and again. The soundtrack's good. With the red blood water, the original red blood coloured water running down the rocks and running down the rocks. Music is good for this. We're walking around. Okay, this is probably the end of the first part because my battery is running out soon. So hopefully in the next part or partial of my Alton Towers 2001 review, I'll talk about the rest of the other rides I did. So I hope you enjoyed my video. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh yeah, before I go, don't forget to subscribe my channel and subscribe to my channel, Buster Missy One. And yeah, that's about it. So and hit those like buttons. Hit the little subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button. Hit that little subscribe button. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, I'm gonna go now, says Barney. Oh yeah, this Barney, my personal Barney. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.